Right, now we've had a taste of LLF, and so how are we going to contribute to this locally, and how do we see it rolling out within this diocese? How are the conversations going to happen, and what support is there? So as you'll have gathered, LLF involves conversations in small groups and takes place over 5 weeks with an optional 6-week. We envisage that most of these will happen in September onwards, just into the very beginning of next year. And that part of the reason for this is that it'll give time maybe for churches to have a chance to look at the pastoral principles first, which might be helpful. So groups will happen over the next year, well, few months, but it may be that people want to engage with them earlier, and we do realise that. How will they happen? In small groups with 5 participants, and we would suggest a facilitator, because this really enables the groups to function well and to be safe spaces where people can be brave. And the groups can be in parishes, chaplaincies, chapters, amongst school governors. We may run some diocesan groups for those who want to participate, but not in their own parishes. And we're putting in support that people can draw on in terms of facilitators and the chaplaincy, and of course the advocates. And as Ava has mentioned, feedback from groups is really important. Just looking at the different groups that are involved, we have an advisory group. There are already some trained facilitators, and there will be locally trained facilitators, and we're also putting in chaplains, and all of these support the local groups. So the advisory group is a group of people, very diverse group of people from different perspectives, who are going to meet with the advocates monthly, and they'll act as a sort of sounding board for us and be the eyes and ears for us as to how LLF is being received. They'll let us know any problems that are developing and how engagement is going. And also perhaps let us know of any misconceptions or anxieties that are going on. But they're there to really help us and enable us to do what we're doing. Facilitators. We've already trained quite a few facilitators, and we will be training more. And the facilitators are there to enable the groups. They're not there to participate in the groups, they're there to enable the group. And they also will be able to point to further resources, particularly the chaplains, if need be. If anybody finds that the conversations have raised difficult issues for them and they want somebody to talk to. And also they'll be encouraging the feedback, and some of the facilitators are going to help us in training parish-based facilitators. So we would encourage people in parishes perhaps to identify people who might be able to facilitate, and maybe to get together with other parishes so that you can swap facilitators. But we will be providing quite a bit of training, particularly in September. We also have the chaplains who are there to offer safe spaces for anybody who does need to talk because of issues that have been raised for them, or things that have touched them very deeply. And the chaplains will be able to offer 2 1-hour sessions, and if anybody needs further help, they can signpost them on to where this would be available. They can also offer prayer and spiritual support as requested, and we have a couple of 2 to 3 chaplains available today, as Chris said earlier. The final thing I want to just mention is prayer support. You might have noticed on the diagram earlier that everything is held within prayer, and we feel that this is really, really important, both that we approach things prayerfully, but that also we pray for the whole process and the journeys that we're all making. So if there are people who would like specifically to pray for LLF as it goes forward, please would you contact me on our diocesan address, llf@bristoldiocese.org, and we will enable you to take that forward. We'll keep you in touch with what's going on and needs for prayer. Thank you.